Path of Exile 2 has some big changes compared to Path of Exile 1. One of those big changes is that you can swap weapons very easily, which even includes changing your passive skill tree, giving you a ton of build flexibility and options that Path of Exile 1 didn't necessarily have. Also, they're changing how dying during boss fights actually works. So if you die to a boss, it's actually going to reset the boss's health. You can't just come back through your town portal over and over and over in order to beat the boss. So it's actually going to be punishing. You're going to have to defeat that boss from full health to 0 without ever dying. Also, blocking is now something that you actually do actively. You'll actually raise your shield to block projectiles and other things like that. In addition, they've introduced a brand new currency called gold, and gold is used to change your passive skill tree. It's kind of a way to allow you to change it before you'd need an orb of regret, but now you can use gold, and gold is actually something that can't be given to other players, and players can't give it to each other, but every other item will be exchanged through other players. Another huge change is that you'll only have 2 flasks. You'll have 1 life flask and 1 mana flask. In Path of Exile, you could have 4 different flask slots. You could get utility flasks, you could get health, mana, all sorts of different flasks. That is now down to just a health and a mana one. However, they did introduce charms, and charms are going to be automatically activated. You can equip them. It's going to be an equipment slot. These charms will handle basically the stuff that utility flasks used to do. Like maybe if you're bleeding, the charm will remove the bleed for you. So really, really cool. And charms are refreshed just like flasks. So as you slay more monsters, your charms will be able to activate again and again. Another big change is that you can dodge roll. So this is very similar to Diablo 4, where you could just kind of roll around, and this is going to make you move faster, but also it's going to give you the ability to become somewhat invulnerable. You're going to be dodging an attack. It's going to be perfect, kind of like a Dark Souls-esque type of movement where you're just dodging out of the way for a temporary period of time in order to avoid an attack, whether that's a projectile or a massive AoE attack. And then when it comes to movement, one of the biggest things I'm most excited about is that you can now move around with WASD. So if you are, MMO player like World of Warcraft, you like using WASD. Personally, I love that. I'm looking forward to being able to see if I like it more, to be able to do that instead of constantly clicking where to go. Those are just a few of the changes from Path of Exile 1 to Path of Exile 2, coming out tomorrow, December 6th.